I'm the Lloyd Machedo, speaking to you from LloydMachedo.com. Who's Lloyd Machedo and Think Personal Branding. The date is 21st July 2018. Time right now is 1:29 in the afternoon. All right, the big question that people have been asking me is, what is the name I've decided to give my baby? So what's the name? So I'll tell you what's the name I've decided to give my baby. Initially, I'll tell you, I thought of naming my baby Lloyd Machedo Jr. Seriously, I thought of naming my baby Lloyd Machedo because the logic being is, since everyone names their baby after them, I said, why not name my baby after me? So just name my baby Lloyd Machedo. And given that Lloyd can be either a boy or girl, I just thought I'd name it Lloyd Machedo, which anyway, in hindsight, was a pretty silly, stupid, bad idea. Because, not that it's a bad idea, but, then again, it's my brand and this is me being me. So what's the point of having, what's the point of giving the baby my name? So I thought, okay, fine, that's not a good idea. But I didn't dismiss the idea. I just said, okay, I'll keep it back of my head and I'll think about it later. Okay, so that's what I thought about initially. However, the one thing that I've known over the period of time is, if you leave an idea back of your head, eventually you get the right inspiration. You get the right inspiration at the right time. So I just left the idea in my back of the head, and I said, okay, at the right time I'll get the idea. Strangely, one fine day, that is just 2 days before the baby was born, or 3 days before the baby was born, I just got this thought. And I thought to myself, she's going to be the woman who's going to have the biggest impact on my life, because my baby is the girl who's going to come in my life, the woman who's going to have the biggest impact in my life. And I do not know how it's going to impact me. So I thought about, who was the first woman who had the biggest impact in my life? The first woman who had the biggest impact in my life was my mother, Helen. And now I'm going to have a baby who's going to have the biggest impact in my life. So wouldn't it be right to have the name Helen? Because my mother had the biggest impact in my life. And now this woman is going to have the biggest impact in my life. And then I thought about it. It's like, once upon a time, I was a baby in the hands of Helen. And now Helen will be the baby in my hands. So it was like, once upon a time, I was a baby in the hands of Helen. Today, Helen will be the baby in my hands. So where Helen was supposed to be a good parent to me, she tried her best, whatever. Now I have the chance to prove that I can do a better job. Then, as I thought about it, I also realized that Helen, my mother, with all the imperfections, she had courage, she had charisma, she had strength, she had the attention-seeking ADHD that I had, she had the intuitive skills, the entrepreneurship skills, and she was the most successful among all her sisters, initially at least. Well, she did make mistakes, but that's a different story in itself. So, to me, those are the skills I would like for my baby to have. And then, when I look at it as inspiration from the famous personalities like Helen of Troy, I was like, yeah, I would like my kid to be like a Helen of Troy, to be strong and powerful. So, thinking about it, I was like, this is the right name. It's like the name I can give in honor of my mother, for the 9 months that my mother kept me in her womb, for the milk that she fed me from her breast, the upbringing that she gave me. Agreed that my mother did a fuck all job where parenting is concerned. She really failed as a mother, okay? Because where it really mattered and when it really mattered, she was not there for me. And yes, okay, she betrayed me and whatever. Forget the mistakes that were done. I was not a perfect son myself. But for the fact that she looked after me for 9 months in her stomach, and this is something I used to really take for granted because I never knew what it meant to have a baby in the stomach, the womb for 9 months, until I saw and experienced and felt it with my own wife, having a baby in her stomach, how inconvenient it was, how much of pain that she used to go through, how she used to sleep at the side, how the baby used to move, and I could actually feel the baby moving. So I never experienced all this, and I was like, wow, this is like such a big thing, And now I'm seeing how my wife has to literally push her breast and a nipple to make the baby drink milk, and how every 2 hours she can't sleep because she has to take care of the baby. So I decided, okay, for all the mistakes that I did, for all the sacrifices that my mother made, this is the least I can do. Is honor, is give her the honor of giving my baby that name. And, the other traits that I did mention. So it's me giving my mother the honor and respect that she deserves by naming my baby Helen. And yes, Helen is supposed to be strong, entrepreneurial, street smart, tough, ADHD, which I'm going to definitely teach my baby. I'm going to teach my baby these real life skills of the real world. So that is the first name, Helen. The second name is going to be Busubaban, which is I give my wife the honor and privilege. You decide whatever name you want, the second name. So she said she's going to take as Busubaban, which means angel. So one side, my baby is going to be tough, but the second layer is going to be soft and feminine. She's going to be like an angel. And the third, obviously, Machedo. So I felt this was the right name to give my baby, Helen Busubaban Machedo. So that's what it is, and I'm making it official. This is my baby's name. So let me know what you think about the name, Helen Busubaban Machedo. Helen in honor of my mother, thanking her. Helen represents strength. Helen of Troy represents courage, leadership, entrepreneurship, which skills which my mother had. And also it is to give the respect to my mom. And I think it's a circle of life. I was once a baby in the arms of Helen. Today, Helen will be in my arms. So where once upon a time, my life depended on Helen, today Helen's life depends on me. The second one being Busubaban, which is angel, and which is Thai. Given the honor to my wife, she chooses, so Thai, because she's a Thai girl. My baby will be a Thai woman. And yes, Machedo, because the surname Machedo has to move on. So this is the name. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your views, your comments, your thoughts, as usual. So like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't like it, give it a thumbs down. And please do share your thoughts because I always love to read them. So live from LiveMachedo.com, who's Live Machedo Think Personal Branding, sharing with you his views and making it official, the official name declaration, Helen Busubaban Machedo. So let me know what you think. This is me signing off for now. Take care.